Hello and welcome to this short video on how to use a domain name service query generator. This is a little program where you can put in a URL. It will then do a domain name service lookup and show us the results. It's a little something I knocked up to support a training course that I occasionally give in telecommunications. It's a little Windows executable. It's a little bit less than 2.5 megabytes in size. It runs on Windows 7, Windows 10. I used to run it on Windows XP, but haven't done that for a while, but it should still run there. It runs with IPv4 and IPv6 and also does what's called a reverse lookup. It doesn't require any installation. It's quite easy to run and it's available online from www.plodware.com. Let's go download it, run it, and see how it works. I've prepared a browser. It's already set up to go to plodware.com. And I've prepared the downloads folder, currently empty. Let's go plodware.com. This is the entry point. Here you'll find a number of applications. We're looking at the DNS query. There's a screenshot, a little bit of text, and then a download link. So let's download it. It downloads as a zip, simply because if I download it as an executable at work, then our system rejects it, the security system. By doing it as a zip, I get around the problem. Let's save the file. It's finished. I'll close the browser, and there is my downloader. I've got a copy of this twice. I'm going to open the zip and copy the executable back to the downloads folder. I don't need the zip anymore, so I can delete it. There's our download, an executable, a little bit over 2 megabyte in size. Doesn't require any installation, just double click and it runs. I'll make it a full screen. I can move this window. I want it in roughly 2 halves. Technically, this is a UDP client. It's going to generate a UDP request and send it to a domain name server. There is a number of domain name servers I've pre-populated. This is a 64 IPv6 domain name server. It's available from the OpenDNS people at the address 262.0. That all evaluates down to this IP address. I can now say to it I would like to get a URL and convert it to IPv4 address. The URL, well, I might as well use my own. I've typed in a URL. I want to convert that to an IPv4 address. Press enter. That's it. This is the request that was sent in hexadecimal. This is the response that we received. This is the request as a set of fields with explanation. So transaction ID 1234. Here we can see the 1234. These values are given in hex. The flags 8180 will be taken from somewhere around here. I don't remember exactly, but sorry, around here. Here they are. The response that we get is given here. Plodware.com is to be found at 217.160.223.46. That's the IP address. It's called an A record because it's an IPv4 address. If I wanted the IPv6, then I'd simply click here and resend the query. Off it's gone. Here's the results. And here you can see yet now we've got an IPv6 address. You can actually work backwards. We could copy this, place it here, and now do a reverse lookup. It's done a reverse lookup and told me, what's it told me? That it belongs to a URL called Kundenserver. IPv6 address that I have is actually a service that I'm getting from 1&1 or auf Deutsch 1&1, and they host this platform for me. So it's really their IPv6 address. Let's try something else. Let's change to a different domain name server. In this case, let's go to a IPv4 based Google public domain name server. Let's ask it what is bbc.co.uk as an IPv4. We get a somewhat bigger answer, and here's the answers. Let's do a reverse lookup and see if it makes any sense to us. Does a reverse lookup and says the actual name of the server is there. Right. You can put in your own domain name service address if you don't want to use one of these. There are IPv6 domain name servers and IPv4 domain name servers. You can put your own in, just type it in. Let's try 8.8.8.8. That's actually the Google, but I'll put it in by hand. Do an enter. That's updated. This is the DNS that we're going to use. And now we can do a lookup. Right, there we are. Trying to find the mouse. There it is. We can now exit. We finished. That was a little domain name service query generator. You can get it from PlodWare. That's me. And I've been programming since there must be about 1971, 72. In those days, I used to program like mad. Now I take my time. I just plod along. That's all. Thank you very much. And keep your eyes open for other Plod applications.